First step when you answer a question like this is to make sure that you label your triangle correctly. You will notice from the formula that the angle you've been given is between the two sides. So in this example here, this corner of the triangle will be C because that is the angle that we have been given. If that is angle C, this means that this is length C. Then I can actually label B and A whichever way around I prefer. I'm going to label this as A and this as B, which means this is also length B and this is length A. All you need to do now is just simply to substitute whatever you know into the formula. So I'm going to do 1/2 multiplied by my length of A, which is 4, multiplied by my length of B, which is 6, multiplied by sine of 46 degrees. When you work out the area of a triangle using sine, unlike the cosine rule where I said don't just simply put it all into your calculator, you can just put it into your calculator just because it's all multiplication. So 0.5 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 6 multiplied by sine 46 degrees, close your bracket, is equal to 8.63 centimetres. Now, I also just wanted to mention, when you do come to the practice questions, they're not all going to look as simple as this. So you might also be given the length C to confuse you. When you have been given all lengths, you need to remember, you need to use the two lengths that are on either side of angle C. I also wanted to go through an example where you have to work backwards. So please make sure you have a copy of this in your book and we can work through it together. So in this question, you are being given two sides and you need to find the missing angle. And you are actually being told the area. So once again, I would always start off by writing the formula. So the area of a triangle using the sine rule is 1/2 times A times B times sine C. What you can do next is just to substitute the values in that you know, so you know how you can rearrange the formula. So we know in the question that the area is 58, so I'm going to write that in on the left hand side. That must be equal to 1/2 times by, remember A and B can be either of the sides, so I'm going to do 12.5 times 9.3. And I don't actually know the angle, so I'm going to leave it as sine C. Now what you can do next is work out parts of this. So you can first of all work out this multiplication here by typing into your calculator 0.5 times 12.5 times 9.3. That gives you 58.125, and then write everything else as it was. Now to be able to get sine C on its own on the right hand side, you need to notice that I need to actually divide both sides by this, because at the moment I'm multiplying by 58.125. So I'm going to divide both sides by 58.125. Okay. Similarly, when you use trigonometry, I want to find the angle, so I need to do the inverse of sine. So I don't divide through by sine, I have to find the inverse of sine. So C is going to be equal to inverse sine of this whole fraction. Notice how I left it as a fraction and not left it as a decimal. I mean, you could have found the answer to this and written the whole of the decimal out, but leaving it as a fraction, make sure that your answer is as accurate as possible. So into your calculator, you need to type in shift sine, enter a fraction, 58 divided by 58.125, go to the right and close your bracket. So that tells you that the angle C is equal to 86.24 degrees to 2 decimal places So that is an example of a question where you can work backwards to find an unknown. You can also have questions where you are being asked to find an unknown side length. So you might be given everything other than B. So similarly, you will just have to write down everything you know and then slowly rearrange it to get B on its own.